Good morning, sisters and brothers. This is Milton Alimadi. Hope everybody is doing well. I just want to speak very briefly on this new trend where African misrulers are accepting the people that are being deported by the United States. I'm sure all of you have heard by now that the military dictatorship in Uganda under General Yoweri Museveni, who has been misruling for 40 years, and his son, General Muhoozi, who in May boasted of torturing Eddie Mutwe, who is the chief of security to Robert Kyagulanyi, aka Bobby Wine, who won the 2021 presidential elections, and dictator Museveni basically just refused to yield power. So now Museveni has announced that he will be accepting people that are being deported by the United States, denied due process by the United States. And we are waiting to hear what happens this week. Many of you, I'm sure you've been following the story of Kilmar Abreogo Garcia, originally from El Salvador. Now they're telling him that if he does not plead guilty, the U.S. wants him to plead guilty to allegations that he was involved in human trafficking, was a member of a gang, and he, of course, has denied this. But now he's being told that if he does not plead guilty, he will be deported to Uganda. Uganda, under Museveni and Muhoozi, these two co-dictators, notorious for tortures, for killings of opponents, and basically for stealing multiple elections. And obviously Museveni is trying to basically declaring himself the puppet of the United States because he plans to steal elections which are going to be held in January 2026. And he's hoping that after he steals those elections from Bobby Wine, he'll be able to tell the United States, please keep it quiet because I'm doing you a huge service by accepting these people that you're deporting. So don't be too harsh on me. Let me steal these elections. And in addition to that, he definitely is going to get some money as well for being a part of this scheme. So Museveni is a notorious puppet of the West, one of the most anti-Africans ever. We had dictators on Africa like Mobutu, we had Idi Amin, but strangely, in their own strange way, they loved Africa. In their own strange way. They would never do what dictator Museveni and deputy dictator Muhoozi are doing. How do I know Museveni hates Africa? Because when President Trump, in his first term, referred to Africa and Haiti as a collection of shithole countries. Google this if you don't believe it. Museveni said, after that statement, Museveni said, I love Donald Trump. In 1994, September, he's been there for such a long time that his misdeeds and transgressions date back to a long time. So he told Atlantic magazine in September 1994 that I have never blamed the white man for taking Africans as slaves. If you are stupid, you must be taken as slave. Yes, this is the same Museveni. And he also said, I never blamed the Europeans for colonizing Africa as well. So basically, he's a European governor in an African country who just happens to have black skin. So if you disapprove of what dictator Museveni and deputy dictator Muhoozi are doing, and their tyranny in Uganda, which of course the youth must resist. The youth are doing phenomenal things, resisting dictatorship in Kenya. In West Africa, you've seen young people coming out on the streets. And of course, the resistance in Uganda must continue as well. But if you're not in Uganda and you want to show your disapproval over what this puppet is basically doing, selling out Uganda, selling out Africa, call the Ugandan mission to the United Nations at 212-949-0110 and just say You're somebody who is appalled and disgusted by what the dictator, Yoweri Museveni, and Deputy Dictator, General Muhoozi, are doing to Uganda. And also by being willing to accept people that are being denied due process in the United States and deported to other countries. And now Uganda, under Museveni, is on this list as well. Thank you so much, sister. Brothers, remain Pan-African. Be strong.